Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Ascobb, Blacklight Communication Strategies, and your favorite podcast, Keep Calm and Work It Out. Tips and talks about how to strengthen your interpersonal relationships through effective communication. So, to remind you, communication is a process where we send and receive information, whereby your message is clearly understood. I have a very special guest with us today from Photon Technologies. And we're going to talk about what Photon Technologies is and what they can do for you. Finally, we're going to communicate that and relate that to communication. So, welcome to Keep Calm and Work It Out. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good.
All right. And what is your name?
My name is Arslan.
All right. So, we've got a young man out here who is really good at what he does, and he's been doing what he's doing for about 8 years. So can you tell us about what Photon Technologies is?
Basically, Photon Technologies Private Limited is a software house that usually develop websites, softwares, but our main focus right now is developing websites using different tools like WordPress, CSS, HTML, PHP, jQuery, CSS Code, and Java. And for these, and most of our customers are located in foreign countries. About 90% of our clients are from the United States of America.
Okay.
How it helps our country or our nation is that we generate revenue in terms of remittances for our country that benefits our country or our nation in a very meaningful manner.
Okay. I commend you for being an upstanding citizen. That's a really good thing, that you're doing something that is not only about yourself, but it's about your community as well as your country. And I think we're in a time right now where we definitely need that. Wherever we are, we really need to be a part of supporting and strengthening the economy, and also just spreading information as well as love. I know that may sound like some hippie stuff, but I think that's very good what you're doing. And you talk about communication. What you're doing is helping to what I call shrink the globe. So we're now able to send messages and communicate with people all over the world. And you said that a large portion of your clientele is from the United States and other countries like that. All right. So how is that able to help you? Is it because of the strength of the dollar when it transfers over the, what is it, not the transition rate, when we're trading in our dollar, so the American dollar going over there, you get to keep whatever is left over there, because what is your currency where you are?
Basically, it benefits us as right now globally. The trade has been done in dollars, except few countries. Many of the countries use trade across the globe. They export their products and they import their products. They deal only with dollars. So in my currency in my country during last 15 to 20 years, we've been in the war of terror, and for which we have suffered a lot. We have used our money. We have lost about more than 100,000 people during this 16-year period. For that, our economy has shackled a lot. There were shackles on our economy. So from last 7 to 8 years, freelancers have come up to take on the economy, and they have taken it as a challenge for their country.
Okay.
And for that, they have generated revenue in terms of dollars. What every country in the world needs dollars. If you do not have dollars, you cannot make trade. So basically, the freelancers in my country have proven themselves that they are best in their business and in their field.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Because you definitely wouldn't be around as long as you have been if you're not good at what you do, and perhaps one of the best. So I really appreciate the opportunity to introduce you to more people in the United States and then other places where people will be listening. So it's a really good thing. And when you were talking about what Photon Technologies is, there was a lot of jargon, a lot of industry words and acronyms, a lot of letters and stuff like that. So I would just like our listeners and our viewers to know that that is why you need someone like Photon Technologies, because I'm hearing a lot of the stuff and I'm like, whoa, what is that? What is that? What is this? What is that? And it can be overwhelming for people. And that's why we have persons like yourself and your organization, is to kind of make these things make sense. And they don't always have to make sense to us, but you're able to provide a service where we don't have to worry about what does SSC or, you know, these things mean. So that's a really good thing. So who do you think can benefit from your product?
Yeah. What it gives, how it gives benefit to the people. It's like if a person, or he's the owner of any shop or grocery store, he comes to me and he says, hey, I want to grow my business. So what he will require to develop a website for himself. He will have to advertise himself. He do not have to pay a large amount to the models to advertise his product. So what we are basically doing, we develop websites, we do digital marketing for the people who have their short business and they want to grow themselves, or who want to grow themselves. So the 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 problem the problem uh, is this: most of the people do not understand what the software house is. They usually think that they repair mobiles, they repair computers. You can buy CDs or you can buy DVDs from here, and you can watch movies, play games, blah blah blah. But it really is it the on large scale software houses in my country. They develop games, they develop Xbox games, they develop PC games, they develop Android games, they develop iOS apps, Android apps, but they are on a larger scale. We've been on now, not that much on larger scale. Right now, our focus is on website development, but in the future, we are looking forward to make some apps that can also benefit your business as well.
Okay. So for our listeners, I want to touch back on, you mentioned software house, because software house, yes, it sounds like somewhere where you fix, you know, you have a cracked screen, go to the software house, or, you know, get your phone updated, or get your laptop, add more RAM or something to it. But so it sounds more like you're a one-stop shop for people of different levels of, you know, of different industries. So the small man, you know, who's just making, you know, spare change, to, you know, conglomerate. Would you say that everybody in between can benefit from what it is that you do?
Yeah, I mean, every person. For example, every person. If there are some people that my one of my client, she owns sort of a restaurant, but it is not an actual restaurant. What she does, she she makes food at home, and she has a website on, and people in working in different offices where they cannot afford have expensive food. They order her that to get the food from her, and in return she get paid. And she is only a sole, in business terminologies we call it as sole proprietorship. She is a sole owner of her business. He has no restaurant, no place. She only has one kitchen in her house where she makes food. And on daily basis we have her menu. For example, on Monday I have to update her menu. Like, on Monday she's offering this, on Tuesday this, and on Wednesday this. People go on our website, they see, okay, it's Monday and today's menu is this. So they order her from there. She get a direct text message on her phone, and with the address. And she has two sons who do delivery for her.
Okay. So that sounds really good. And that's where you are. And I know in the United States, we're big on capitalism. We're big on entrepreneurship. And there's a lot of programs that try to help the small businessman grow, well, develop as well as expand their business. So for someone like that, and I know a lot of people who do that as well, just do catering out of their homes. And it sounds like, again, it's something that they can pass off to you as the expert, and you can just handle that because you're updating her menu and things. So I think that's a really great thing. I just want to remind the listeners that we're talking to Mr. Aslan with Photon Technologies. They represent a software house that is able to service the globe, and that's what I think is really good. You have an opportunity to really cast a far net. You do cast a far net. And I have a question that I think some of our listeners may want to hear about. So you focus on websites. There's a lot of programs out there and a lot of sites that have site builders and web builders. And, you know, some cost nothing, some cost a little bit of something. What's the benefit of going with Photon Technologies as opposed to just going to another website provider or builder?
we 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 we, we usually have our own 4 to 5 on basically website is usually is built on a theme. You have a theme. In that theme you have some pre-made layouts. We do not have to when you buy a theme. For example, if a person wants to build a website, he has to purchase that theme, and the theme can cost up to $1,000, $800. He have to pay for that. Then he can hire a developer, and he has to pay him extra. So what benefit a person can get from taking our services is that we have our own themes. We have our 5 to 6 own themes that we use to sell, and the person that comes to us and say, hey, I want to make this website, we do not charge for that theme from that person. So the benefit to coming from us is that you have saved $5 to $600.
Okay. Savings is always good. I think we definitely are in a time where we can pinch pennies, as we say out here. And so they're not just purchasing a website from you, they're purchasing the support of an entire team to support them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to mention we have a 24/7 team that is constantly working on our clients' websites maintenance. We have a live chat program where client comes and say, hey, this is the issue I'm facing right now. What should I do? Uh, we get the access from the site, and we try to fix it on the spot for our clients. For example, if a person wants to, he has designed an header on a website, and he wants to edit it, and he don't know how to edit, and he wants to put blah 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 things on that header. He comes to us and he says, hey, I like the header, but I want something more spicy in it. So what we will take access of his website. We will build his header according to his desire on the spot.
Okay. So it's a kind of quick turnaround for some things, yeah?
Yeah. It's just like a live chat sport for our customers.
Okay. That's definitely beneficial to people. And just hearing the like 800 or $1,000 that could possibly be the cost, I know for a small business owner, that does give me a little bit of pause. But if it's given pause to any of our viewers or any of our listeners, I want to remind you that that is such a small investment into the growth of your business. It's a seed that you're sowing. And, you know,
Exactly.
yes, you'll be paying a little bit more, you know, as you go on, because I'm sure it's not for a lifetime, but that's a really good thing. It's such a small investment. So I encourage you, listeners and viewers, that if you have that seed that you're trying to plant, if you have that business that you're trying to grow, I encourage you to check out Photon Technologies. Because again, you're purchasing a team. Aslan just told you that they've got 24/7 live chat and live support, and they do their best to do a quick turnaround for you. But let that sink in that it's a small investment and you're getting the support of a whole team. You have the full
Mhm.
might of the teams of Photon Technologies behind you. So I think it's a win-win. So again, when we're talking about communication, I appreciate that you're communicating the amount of benefit and the savings that this can actually give people, because you'll end up saving money by getting this, because you're not going to get some website or just some fly by night person who is inexperienced. You're getting Photon Technologies again, and Photon Technologies has been around for 8 years. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I commend you all for getting there. How did you start? Because I know the story, but I want the listeners to hear the story, because I think it's really inspiring and I think it's going to be encouraging to our people.
Yeah, yeah. The story is very inspirational. I've been into the many seminars. I'm told that the story several times. Uh, so it was the year 2012. 2012. I was a college graduate. My brother was a my younger brother was a college graduate. We were students at that time. We were graduating, not graduates. Our partner was graduating. So we decided to do, hey, let's earn something. We have to do something. Let's earn something because we don't want pocket money from our parents now. So we started freelancing. We got smaller projects of $2, $3, $4, $5, and that was enough for our pocket money. We can have some drinks sometimes. We can have some movie time from that pocket money. We can have chill out with our friends, and that was a very limited pocket money. So as we graduated, I got into the railway department. One of my brother got into the private sector, and one of my partner went to Dubai for a job. So what I was thinking like, man, this is not what I was mm, made up of. I was born to do something exceptionally well.
Right.
This is not the thing that I get an amount and at the end of month, and I have to do 8 hours job, and then I go to bed and sleep. Then I have two offs, and oh man, this is not the life. It has no adventure in it. So I quit the job. My brother quit the job. Our partner came from Dubai. He quit a very good job. He was being paid very well there. And he came back to Pakistan, and we started a software house. In the beginning, we took a small. It was a one room office, and we have to uh, make some expenses from our own pockets because we didn't have some that money.
Right.
So as the time grew, we start getting more projects online from USA, from Europe, across the globe. So at the time came that the projects went so much that we wanted to hire more and more people because it was a very much burden for us. So now we have a team of almost 30 to 40 people in our
Wow.
office, and we are still looking for more people. And what we do, we take people as an internee.
Okay.
We train them. We do not say, hey, you have experience, you have to have you should have an experience of 10 years or mighty 15 years, 5 years experience. No, you should be a fresh graduate, energetic, and you should come to us.
Fresh
They
and
came to
energetic.
Yes,
Yes.
they come to us. We train them, and after and that 3 months period, we clearly tell them, during the 3 months we will not gonna pay you.
Okay.
We will not gonna pay you because we want to check the person, how much courage he has. 3 months, if we are not paying him, and he is working very hard, and he wants to learn, then give him a contract that he will be our now full-time employee. And now the person there are many of our team members that they came to us as an internee, and now they've been paid very very well, and they've been and they do not want to go anywhere because they know
That
they are
is
not going to
awesome.
pay that that much from any other company.
That is awesome. And I mean, kudos. What a great business model to do the intern thing. Because, yes, if they're willing to grind for you, if they're willing to give you their blood, sweat, and tears for 3 months for zero pay, you've got something there. So, and then it sounds like you take care of them on the back end. You provide them with a nice, steady income.
Yeah,
So I think
exactly.
that's really good. So another reason why we're talking with Mr. Aslan with Photon Technologies, another great reason to check this organization out is because you've heard the story that he just said, that he just told. This is something that started when you were fresh graduate or not too far out of university.
Yeah, it started when were we started freelancing when we were in college, and
Okay.
we were still in studies.
Okay. And so it gave you a little bit of pocket change, and you said you didn't want to lean on your parents for pocket change. So, all the
Yeah,
students and the children that are out there listening, hello, you can make your own money. And you just have such a great testimony. And I think it's a great reason to check out an organization like yours and your company specifically, because it's a grassroots organization, it sounds like, right? You started
yeah,
it on your own. This is your brainchild, this is your seed, and you've just watched it grow. So again, if you're out there and you're considering building a business, establishing a business, growing it or whatever, you really need to consider getting a team of people around you to help. And you just heard Aslan tell you it started when they were university students, when they were students, and it has grown, to where they have over 30 people, and you started in this one room and expanded your office. So if you have that desire and something that you want to bring to the world and share with your world, absolutely do it. You've heard Aslan say it can happen, and it has happened. So I commend you, Aslan, and I commend your team. I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. So definitely continue to do what you're doing and blessing the world. So again, if you have something, you need a website. It's 2021. People need websites. And why not go to the best in the business to get help with that website? Because I know I've built websites and I like them, but I know it doesn't compare to the full might of something that Photon Technologies or someone would do, because I don't have that skill set. I have a little bit, but not enough to really make that impact and to make it show up in web searches. So how do you increase the visibility of the websites that you build for organizations?
so basically, in information technology sector or in any business, you have to be very sharp. You have to read the people's mind, what their demand is. I, me, you, anyone in this world, when he searches or he or she searches in on Google, we will not go on 14, 15, 10, ninth page. We would love to find our result on first page, or most probably very few people will go on second or third page. So what we use a trick or technology that you can may call is SEO, search engine optimization.
SEO, search engine optimization.
Optimization. It will help your website in ranking. What does ranking mean? That if you in on Google, people will not search very complex words. For example, if they want food, they will not write brunch. They will not write dinner. They will simply type food.
Okay.
So so these are the keywords that SEO catches. So we use these simple words on a single individual page. According to that page, what that page says, for example, a page is of entertainment, we will mostly use the terms entertainment, music, video, audio. These are the terms.
Okay.
So these are the techniques that we use to rank the website.
Okay, because there's a major difference between just having a website out there that no one will ever see and
Yeah,
having a
exactly.
website that people may not know that they're looking for you or for that particular organization, but through search engine optimization and certain keywords that they put in, you can bring these people to page one as opposed to, like you said, page nine. And that's important because, once you get to page nine, you probably already made your decision about which organization you're going to hire or do business with. So it's very important to be up there in front. And again, you really need a team of people to do that. And that's what Photon Technologies can definitely do for you. That's just another way. And again, my podcast is about communication. And so I don't just always beat people over the head about communication, but what you're doing is really helping to strengthen, to communicate a brand's message, an organization's message, or a person's message. And you can have the best message in the world, but if no one hears it, it's useless. And
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
yeah, so that sounds like one of the things that you're doing. And so I commend you for that. I commend you for having such a sharp mind and the business model to do the internship, and also the currency, bringing the U.S. dollar over there, and then the exchange rate. You still get to keep what's left over um, in there. And again, you wanted to do this for yourself, for your country. Do you have a family?
Yeah, I do have a family. Uh, I've been married from. It's been more than a year. I have one daughter.
Congratulations, you're still a newlywed, man. You still happy? Still having fun?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
good.
Yes. Yes. I have one daughter. She's
Okay.
5 months old, and we are there's very short family. We live I live with my brother, with my parents, and I have a wife. I have a one beautiful daughter. That's it. That's my family now.
That is beautiful. I know over here in the United States, we're not big on, coming together and staying together as a family. And that can be a bit damaging. It kind of ruins your spirit and your psyche. And I mean, that's just awesome that you're all able to share space and, work together towards a common purpose and a common goal.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah. So another great thing about Photon Technologies and Mr. Aslan here, that's a really, really good thing. Um, where do you want to see Photon Technologies in the next 5 years? What do you see for Photon?
Well, there are very some secret plans,
Okay.
but let me but let that I haven't shared even with my family members. Only my brother knows about it. I know about it, and my partner knows about it. So I'll give you a blueprint. We do not want to stop in our country right now. We
Right.
want to expand this business now. We want to make our offices in different cities of my country. Then we have we have started working on in making offices in different cities of Pakistan. We are hiring team right now, and our next target is to go to United States, to
Come
Dubai.
on over, brother. Come on. Let's do this.
So we can make our company as an international company.
I think that's awesome. I get really good vibes from you, reading the information about your organization and listening to you talk. So I think that you have been blessed, and the blessings are just still waiting to come for you. One thing you said early on in the interview is you just said that you were meant to do something bigger. The 9 to 5 with two off was not the life that you were meant to do. So, do you feel like God has a certain plan for you and more in store for you, or how do you feel?
Yeah, everything happens in our life is for a reason. I think that if I wasn't being given a government sector job, I was I was even being offered a very good job, like I've been paid very heavily. I went very happy there. It was a God that decided me that, hey, I should give you a small job. So so one day you will realize that this is not your destiny. Your destiny is something else.
Mm, mm, mm. Yes. One of the things that I'm taught in my religious studies when I was coming up was that I don't want to misquoted, but in our Bible it says that if you prove to be worthy over small things, I will make you ruler over many things. And it's just like, if you can take care of those small things, there's so much more out there. And another thing that
Yes.
people in my community often say is God provides where he guides, or whatever your belief system is, whatever your belief is founded on, you're going to be provided for if you follow where you're guided. You know what I mean? So it seems like you definitely, but you didn't just lean on just luck or just, oh, give it to me, give it to me. You went to
No, no,
university. You went to university,
exactly.
you got your degree. Your brothers went to university and got their degree, and you had a plan and you worked that plan. So, to our listeners and viewers, I want to say that do not discount the amount of work that needs to go into it, the amount of faith, the amount of belief that goes into it, but also the amount of preparation. A lot of businesses fold because we start businesses and we don't have the information behind it. So I
Exactly.
think Photon Technologies is going to be around for a really long time. And I commend you and I congratulate you right now on your global success, young man. I think this is going
Thank
to
you
be an
so much.
amazing thing.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. It's been a pleasure.
All right. So before we get out of here, man, I've enjoyed talking with you. And I hope it's not the last time, man. I really would like to continue to evangelize the word of what Aslan and Photon Technologies does.
Sure.
But let's give our listeners and viewers something to chew on. Can you give me maybe 3 things? And if you can come up with 10 things, that's fine. But give me 3 things that you think are the best benefit of someone choosing Photon Technologies. What are 3 top things?
Uh, quality,
Quality, important.
quality. Uh, I will say economically, very, very, very much suitable, and 24/7 support. These days, very few companies are offering 24/7 support, and it's 3:33 a.m. night in my country, and my office is still on. Team is still there. They've been working there.
Wow. Brother, power to you and to everything. This has been Aslan with Photon Technologies. I'm Ascobb with Blacklight Communication Strategies and your favorite podcast, Keep Calm and Work It Out, tips and talks about how to strengthen your interpersonal relationships. And using an organization like Photon Technologies will definitely help you shrink the globe and allow you to communicate more, faster, and better. Ladies and gentlemen, Aslan from Photon Technologies. I'm going to put your website and other information up when we edit the video, but I thank you, brother. And I appreciate you giving me the
Thank you so
opportunity
much.
to interview you and to bring your product to my home and to the people that I know. And I just know that your family's going to grow. So bless you and bless your family, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you
All
so much.
right. All right. You have a great day, and I'll talk with you soon, brother.
Bye.